Saturday, September the 14th. Ace's penalty sees off Sunderland. It's where we left off in the first instalment of the Rams' 1996-97 magazine video. Now on to the crucial middle part of the Premiership season, both on the field and on the road. On the pitch, we'll be showing you all the Rams league goals right through to February, including that fabulous unbeaten month of November. And off the field of play, you'll see Derby County stars as you've never seen them before. The crossword king, the would-be pop star, the fashion icon,
or you could go for that style right round the back,
and the roving television reporter.
It's great to be back, man.
One major player continues to grow away from the action as the Rams' Premiership campaign progresses. Progress on Derby County's new stadium at Pride Park has been startling. By the end of February, an incredible 30,000 people had passed through the new Stadium Visitor Centre, and everything is on schedule for the Rams to kick off their 1997-98 season in a fabulous new 30,000 all-seater stadium. But back to the current campaign and across the way at the Rams training ground. Now, nobody is saying that a star guest appearance on Sky TV's popular Saturday morning Soccer AM programme has gone to Daryl Powell's head. He's a tough nut on the pitch, all right. But there are a few raised eyebrows when the hard-man midfielder turned up for a training session wearing a natty piece of headgear. We decided to take a closer look, with Dean Sturridge looking on from the treatment table.
Daryl, we're in the physio's room at Rainsway. We really need to talk about the hat, because people don't normally come dressed up for work, but you're looking pretty good.
You've got to wear something to come to work, you know, Jim. It's cold out there. Saw the rain this morning and put the hat on. Right.
What about the Style Council at the baseball ground? I mean, are you top of the league?
I like to think so, but Dean Sturridge next to me likes to think he's got a little bit of style, but he's lacking.
Yeah, and what about when you're really on the town? I mean, this is obviously what you wear for work. I mean, what can we expect to see Daryl Powell wearing?
Well, as it's my only outfit, Jim, you'll see me in it plenty.
Yeah, but you sort of vary the sort of way that you wear the hat, that sort of thing?
Well, Dean's been trying to show me how to wear it. He said I should have it round the side more, like this. But I think it looks rather foolish, Jim. So I like it just cocked slightly at the front. Or you could go for that style right round the back, but it's just not me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I like it slightly cocked, I think.
Yeah, the way I had it, Jim.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, correct. A man of style yourself, as I can see.
This is regulation staff dress, I have to say. Can I just go on to Dean Sturridge, who is lying there, just to make a few comments. The Style Council, Dean, obviously you've got it.
I just want to talk about his clothes. Look at his jeans, just beautiful. His shoes, all in brown and that. The shirt, you know. He's just
he's got coordination, look.
Coordination. Has he got a matching belt? Oh, you know what I mean? He's the man. He is the man. He even plays well on a Saturday now and again as well.
Not too often.
Not too often. Not too often. Now and again, once every 6 months.
Also using his head when an encouraging start to the Rams' first Premiership campaign started to turn sour was the bald eagle Jim Smith. A Coca-Cola Cup exit at the hands of 2nd Division Luton Town and a goalless draw at Sheffield Wednesday, followed by a 2-0 home defeat at the hands of Joe Kinnear's Wimbledon, prompted the Rams boss to bring in a bit of experience.
It's McGrath!
Well, a lot of experience in the shape of Republic of Ireland legend Paul McGrath. Almost 37, the owner of the dodgiest pair of knees in the Premiership. It wasn't long, however, before Jim Smith was calling him one of his best ever signings.
No, I refuse.
Something of a coup to get camera shy Macca on film, but a bit of gentle persuasion, and he was ready to talk about his famous training routine. Does it work?
It does for me. I mean, once you start playing the games, both on Saturdays and Wednesdays, that gets my fitness right. And luckily, Jim Smith and the lads here and the staff have been brilliant about it. They don't. There's no griping or complaining about it. You know, as long as I come out on Saturday and try my best for the team, I think they're happy with that.
I think Jim would almost, you rather didn't play for the Republic of Ireland because it means more games, but that must have meant a lot to you, the 83rd cap.
It really did, and again, thanks to Jim for even, because I go away and I'm playing on a very heavy pitch and then I've got to come back and try, and I am 37. I've got to come back and try and play on a Saturday. So obviously he's probably a little disappointed that I was called back into it, but different class for me.
You're also now talking about next season, which is great for Derby County's fans. Do you think there's a chance of that at the new stadium?
Well, to be honest, I'm only thinking about this season and trying to keep Derby in the Premiership. I mean, if I can do that, even if I do have to, if I don't get offered another contract, then I'll be happy with that.
A Rams debut on October the 12th against Newcastle United's £22 million strike force of Alan Shearer and Les Ferdinand was always going to be a tester for Macca.
I hadn't played too many games at Aston Villa, and to come up against that pairing was always going to be difficult.
What about that Shearer goal? You blamed yourself. Do you think that's fair?
I think again, with not playing too many games, I gave him a split second, and he stuck the ball in the back of the net.
Here's Batty and Beardsley. Lovely ball forward. He's picked out Shearer. Fantastic save by Holt. Excellent stop from Alan Shearer. Ferdinand. He's robbed Derby in possession, but Paul McGrath, that's his first meaningful tackle, and it was class. Beardsley again. Threads another ball through, but that's beautifully intercepted. Igor Stimac. 1.5 chance here for Derby. Daly slipping it nicely for Sturridge, and Cernacek's made enough of a stop to deny Dean Sturridge a goal. Kicked off the line in the end by Newcastle. It looked on here. Could have just swept it past the keeper. Shearer. Nice touch back for Gillespie. So evasive on the ball. He's curled up a nice cross there. Alan Shearer and Paul McGrath close at hand to hook it away again. Now Derby again on the attack with Sturridge into the area. Squares it up for Daly. Good strike. Cernacek makes the stop, and Ward couldn't pick up the loose ball. The Czech keeper did well there. Daly struck that beautifully. It was curling away from the keeper. Strong wrists to get there, and then at the second time he made another good stop. Marco Gabbiadini, the man who's going to come and try and change things on for Sturridge. Derby certainly in with a chance at the moment. As Gabbiadini, the substitute, looks for a chip. That was cheeky, but it was an excellent save again by Cernacek. That's his second top draw stop. Gabbiadini, beautiful effort. Cernacek made the save. Bashed into the upright as well. Free kick given against Larsson. And here's Beresford. Les Ferdinand, the obvious target from these positions. It's bypassed Ferdinand, but Shearer's at the far post. Alan Shearer, he's done it again. And for all Derby County's excellent work and super play throughout the match, Kevin Keegan is happy. Still a chance at the other end though. Newcastle scrambling the ball away. Ward in there. Here's Powell to hit one. Good left foot strike. And Cernacek makes it look easy. Jim Smith knows his team have thrown everything they've got at the Geordies. But that man Shearer up there again has been the difference. Terrific finish by him to beat Russell Holt. But Derby have played out of their skins again, beaten by Newcastle by a 1-0.
Next up, Forest away. Was Macca getting to know his new teammates?
Well, I was very impressed with the lads when I played the first game. You know, Gary Rowlett, who played alongside me, really impressed me, and you know, I was looking forward to playing more games with them because, to be honest, there was one or two of them that I didn't really even hear about until I came here. So it was great to get to know them and obviously get to play with them again.
Yeah. What about the Forest game? A late equaliser from Christian Daly.
That's right. Yeah, I was a little bit worried because obviously Dean Saunders is a big friend of mine, scored quite early on.
And the ball chipped up towards the edge of the penalty area. Good cushioned header down. Chance here maybe. Good tackle in the end by Scott Gemmell. Bart Williams plays it forward. Wone now. Little link up with Saunders. It's gone over the top. Saunders is inside the penalty area. This is danger for Derby. Saunders has done it. First minute of the match. And the former Derby player, of all people, has scored. Jason Lee. McGrath watches him closely, but Lee is going to get the shot away. And Saunders was looking for a second, but it's hooked away from the danger zone. Willems. Sanovic now. Nice ball in field. And a good chance there, but Crossley very quick off his line, the Forest keeper. Powell. Powell with a chance for the cross. It's a good cross too. Asanovic in there, and it's passed into the net beautifully. Christian Daly with the most comfortable of finishes, and Derby have equalised 1-1. Real assured goal. Powell's cross was a good one. Headed down nicely. And as Asanovic broke into the penalty area, looking for a spot kick, Daly just pushed it past Mark Crossley. Perfect technique with the finish. Just rolls it into the back of the net for 1-1. Anybody's match now. Oh, and another good break here for Derby. Asanovic is going to go first time himself. Charge down. Still an opportunity, and this one fizzes wide by Willems. He's been a threat this afternoon too. Good technique on the chest, goes past Bart Williams. And he hits it well enough, it's just always curling away from Crossley's goal. Derby definitely looking the stronger now. Asanovic forward again to Ward. Ward strong. Oh, it's a great run by Ward, can he score? Clips the top of the crossbar. His best chance so far, Ashley Ward. Does everything right in the build-up. Keeps going past the defenders. Now he's got a shooting chance. He goes for the top corner, and it just brushes the bar. Asanovic again. That's class. He's round the back, and he's got another free kick. There's Little, the guilty party. Derby with a real chance now. Good free kick right under the crossbar, and hooked away by Forest. Jim Smith thought his team had got it there, They still might, still attacking. All over now, running out of time in the end, Derby, showing good character to come back from Dean Saunders' very early goal. And Daly's was every bit as good, a classy equaliser, and the derby ends 1-1.
Next, Liverpool at Anfield, and perhaps the sternest test so far.
Bjørneby's having such a good season, having won his place back. The Norwegian, here he goes, good stop.
Great save. He did his job there. I think that's a great example of goalkeepers. You put your ball one side, then you're responsible for the other. And he covers the other side absolutely perfectly.
Gets away from Rowett. Fowler. Thomas goes ahead of him. Leaves Fowler to shoot. McManaman follows up. Oh, it's hit the post, and that's as close as Liverpool have come. McManaman seeing almost a lane for a sprinter to go down then.
But he does attract to him, doesn't he? 2s and 3s. And then if he can release it, there must be space elsewhere.
Barnes. Berger. Tries the shot. In goes Robbie Fowler. There's the breakthrough. Oh, Thomas thought he was letting it run for McAteer. Powell had a save for Derby. Barnes. Scale stepping forward. It's a useful cross. It's a wonderful cross met by a wonderful header from Fowler.
Oh, that is a magnificent goal. If his first one was a poacher's goal, he's a good 12, 13 yards out. But look at the power he gets in it and the direction. Holt is given no chance.
That's under hit from Thomas. It's another attempt at a storming run from Ashley Ward. And one or two of those. Daryl Powell! Powell. Simpson, back to Asanovic. Now Asanovic with a chance. Oh, and Ward, yes! Derby County have scored a goal here at Anfield.
And a really good goal. Liverpool were a little bit sloppy and gave the ball away in this near side. But what crisp passing move from there. And Asanovic and Ward, watch this, his quick passing. The little 1-2 there was lovely. And then Ward got on his bike. Great awareness from Asanovic. He's deserved that bit of luck, Ashley Ward. He's worked really hard up there on his own for most of the game. And although David James will feel a tad unlucky, and he is, I think Ward's deserved this little bit of luck. And one or two moments of concern now, just at the end of this match, perhaps for Liverpool.
That defeat meant the Rams slipped to 16th spot in the Premiership. But Leicester at home began the month of November, a great one for the Rams.
A good delivery, drilled in deep to the far post, fine header there. And it's wide again. Gary Rowett with a razor-sharp header. He's held up that well. And again, locked up possession in Claridge. He's dispossessed equally by Asanovic. Asanovic tried to play Ward through. Ward's won it back well, and Derby's still on the offensive. Asanovic again, a little bit of magic from him in the penalty box required. Scrambled clear by Leicester. Now there's a chance. Flynn, it's a good ball to the far post. Daly heads it back in, Ward's there. A brave finish, and the goal for Ashley Ward. Flynn supplied the cross, it was a beauty to the far post. Daly did exactly the right thing, and Ward was sharp inside the 6-yard box. Perfect ball in. Daly feeds off it well, and that's a striker's goal from Ashley Ward. Another chance for Ward again, edge of the penalty box. He's got support, and it's a goal. Own goal. Dean Sturridge will try and claim it, but it went in off the Leicester defender. Derby won't mind either way. Sturridge's runs cause all sorts of problems, and that's 2-0. Powell full of energy, another good ball up to the flank. Ward's on another break, he's trying to go around the outside, it's a good effort. Just over the angle. He's a threat from these positions, and he struck it cleanly. Good performance this by Derby now, and that is the end of it, 2-0.
Another home game followed against Middlesbrough, a team with enormous talent managed by Macca's former Manchester United teammate Brian Robson, but struggling to hold their own in the Premiership.
They're one of those teams that if you do let them get a grip for the game, then they'll hammer you really. They knocked it around quite well, but I think again the lads started well, and we got a good result.
Larson's got a tremendous shot on him, but he goes for a little pass in there. It hasn't run. That's McGrath.
Well, how did they miss it?
Miss it, they did.
Was it Ashley Ward and Dean Yates? As it gets there, McGrath does well, just turns it round, gets it into a real dangerous area. Yeah, they just get in each other's way.
And Ward crosses, Asanovic, 1-0 to Derby. From the Croatian.
He gets his reward for persevering. I thought the chance had gone, but he got a little bit fortunate when it dropped to his right side again. It doesn't look much problems, but it gets sucked in, Derek White. And Ward does ever so well. Cross takes a little deflection there, and then he gets a bit lucky, but he's alive and alert enough to immediately turn. He doesn't know where anybody is, but he knows where the goal is. He hits the target through the goalkeeper's legs. 1-up.
After 14 minutes, his first for the club from open play. Now Muster. Middlesbrough do have attacking strengths. McGrath saying he got the ball.
Is it step in Juninho time?
I don't know, Ravanelli's pretty interested as well.
First argument between them. But Ravanelli looks like he fancies this one. The order of the day simply hit the target, I think. Greasy ball, make it as difficult for the goalkeeper as possible. Make him work.
Hicknett's also there as well. Juninho leaves it, Ravanelli takes it! And it was certainly going in.
Well, Russell Holt's job is, don't be beaten on the side that you protect. So often goalkeepers edge behind the wall and they're beaten at that side. See Russell Holt, did he edge? He edges slightly, but he's fortunate it's not right in the corner.
Sturridge looking up well with Asanovic. Flynn on the move for a moment outside, but realising that Asanovic wanted to use the space himself. And he's used it to the effect of getting a free kick. A little interchange with Neil Cox.
I think what the foreign lads do, they pick up the basics of the language pretty quickly, don't they?
Certainly for conversations like that one. Free kick. Oh, what is a great ball! It's an own goal.
Well, Ward's claiming it. That's a vicious ball. This is one of the hardest crosses in the world to deal with, and I don't mean just the power on it. You fizz anything across the face of the goal, defenders hate it. Vickers goes in, Ward goes in, that's Vickers that gets the touch, I'm pretty sure of that. In it comes, horrible to defend. That looks like Vickers, but
Ward making his presence felt, shall we say.
oh, definitely. It's the one that skips up. There it is, the right knee of Steve Vickers. Goalkeeper's helpless.
Ravanelli, Janino lurking, could be problems here for Derby. Good block by McGrath. Flies away for Cox to keep Middlesbrough on the front foot. Janino got a chance here, and the goalkeeper reached and saved Russell Holt to stop Middlesbrough getting back into the game.
Great awareness from Janino. I think he knew he couldn't just drive this. There were players in front of him. You see McGrath coming to close him down, so he's had to look to bend it with accuracy. Really good save at full stretch.
Vickers. Not going Middlesbrough's way. Moore. That's a thoughtful ball from Musto. No one really closing him down, and that could have been very costly indeed. Another good save from Holt.
This one easier, I think. It's nearer to him. Gets a good look at it. It's very, very well struck from Musto. Really drills it. It's right above the goalkeeper. I would have been surprised had that gone in.
Middlesbrough not giving up on this.
It's a good game. It's got real fizz about it second half.
And a space for Daly. Sturridge in a race with Walsh.
Well done, goalkeeper. There wasn't any margin for error there. Flew out his goal. Sturridge gets a touch on this. You can bet your life that would have been a penalty. Lovely ball. Sturridge points. I want it in front of me. That's good goalkeeping.
Hignett. Ravanelli. Well, it just isn't happening. Oh, that's special from Janino, just to take it on the chest and angle it in there. It was the nearest of touches, but it was beautifully executed. Here he is again. Ravanelli. Now Fleming. Ravanelli's got a free header, and Middlesbrough will feel perhaps the tide is starting to turn.
But the Rams held on to move up to 10th place. West Ham away, however, was always going to be difficult.
It's always an awkward place to go. Anytime I've played there in the past, they've always been very difficult games. And I think we went a goal behind, and at that stage you might think that it was all over. But Dean hit back with a great goal, Dean Sturridge, and we managed to get a good draw, a good point down there.
Across, and Holt is dominant. Excellent claim from Derby's keeper. Not the best rollout though. Here's Bishop. It's a good run by Bishop and a good strike. And Holt's beaten. Savage again. Lovely break down the line. Perfect ball in. Good header. Holt's clearance. Savage competing for it. It drops for Sturridge. Great strike. Dean Sturridge does it again for Derby. Wonder goal from the man who's the real #1 threat. Struck in an absolute treat. No chance for McCloskey that time.
The last game of the month against Coventry saw the Rams complete November unbeaten, and Jim Smith claimed the Premiership's Manager of the Month award. Striker Dean Sturridge was on fire as Derby moved up to 9th.
Good stuff by Derby this half, and again Sturridge catching the eye. Looks every inch of Premiership top gun. Ward though just stumbles in the penalty box, and he's got a spot kick. Richard Shaw can't believe it. There was definitely contact in there, and Ashley Ward went down under the challenge. And he can't really have too many complaints there, Shaw. He did take Ward's legs from underneath him. Hasanovic, pretty reliable from 12 yards so far this season. Got a great left foot, and that's why Agrizovic sent the wrong way by Derby's gem of a Croatian. Converts the penalty with absolute ease, and that's a 1-0 lead. Took it well. Rowett's got forward down this flank well. Again, he's picked out Sturridge. Good strike! And Agrizovic beats it away again. A good parry by him. But Sturridge, really, Coventry don't know what to do to stop him. Watched Huckabee well this afternoon, have the Derby defence. Now they've got to defend the corner. Solarco. And Dublin's in there. And Coventry's talisman's got them back in it. Now a chance for Derby. Dangerous looking ball and Sturridge. Can he get the shot away? No. Powell's in there. And Agrizovic, again relieved to pick up the pieces after another dangerous scramble. This is Asanovic. Such a gifted player. He's round the back again and a little bit theatrical, but he's got the free kick. Telfer being lectured by the referee. Certainly no attempt to play the ball. I think Hasanovic's just being told next time not to make it quite so obvious. Free kick though for Derby. From here he can really work wonders. Lovely curling ball to the far post. Daly's in there. He's got his head to it. Chance for Ward. He scored for Derby. A perfect finish. And this time Steve Agrizovic picks the ball up from the back of the net.
For 90 minutes every match day, Rams stars are the focus of everyone's attention. But we wanted to find out more about what goes on behind the scenes in the build-up to a big game. That meant an 8:30 morning call to the Derby home of Christian Daly, a £1 million buy from Dundee United in the summer of 1996. Opening the door was the liveliest member of the Daly household, 2-year-old Rosie.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can we come into your house? Can we? Thank you. Where's Daddy?
There.
Oh, all right. Let's pop in then.
Dad's just had his shreddies, and now it's sweet tea all round, courtesy of Christian. So does the club lay down what their stars can and can't eat?
No, I think everybody just works on their own thing. Everybody, just through playing, everybody knows what you're really supposed to eat and stuff, so I don't think anybody's stupid with what they eat. You've got to watch what you eat. That's just part and parcel of what you do. If you overeat and don't over or drink too much, or whatever, then you're not going to feel right. You're not going to play well. You know, that's it.
So you don't go out at all. You stay in. You eat salad.
I'm not saying that. But you've just got to. Most of the time, you've got to look after yourself. You know, you've got to watch what you eat. But saying that, Robbie van der Laan can eat for fun. He eats more at a pre-match than I eat for my tea. So.
And Gordy gets you on the scales, of course, so they're checking up on you.
Yeah, you get kind of regular weight checks.
Christian's summer transfer means the Daly household are now separated from family and friends in their native Dundee. But wife Kirsty is getting used to the new surroundings.
We're quite keen to move, and it wasn't really much of an upheaval. Maybe because we wanted to move so much, we weren't grudging the move. We really made the biggest effort that we could and moved down. And even then, Derby's just such an easy place to live. Derby is. It's not that much different from Dundee. It's not a huge city. You don't feel lost in Derby at all. And we bought a house so quickly as well. just settled in really, really quickly. And Rosie, at first it was, I want to go home, and you're telling her, this is your home. No, I want the other home. The other home. No, this is your home now.
Did you realise what you were letting yourself in for when you and Christian first got together? Because it's a strange life, it's a short career.
Well, the thing is, when Christian and I got together, I was at school and he'd only just started. He was only 16 as well. So at that time it wasn't like now where he's this personality in Derby. He was still, he'd only just left school as well, so, and we'd been at school together, so you didn't think about things like that then. So I never really thought too much that far in advance at the time.
How do you get together then? Was it all romantic? Was he always a nice lad?
Yeah, he was always the one at school that everybody fancied type thing, you know. Maybe it was because he always played football, he was always like the sporty one at school. But we went, he asked me to go out with him when I was 13, I think, like tripping me up at the school gate.
He still does that.
You do?
No, other players.
Yeah,
what always gets me, because you know players, is that they become public property. I mean, how do you feel when you're sitting in a stand at the baseball ground and everybody's moaning because Christian might have done something slightly wrong?
Well, it doesn't happen. Yeah, right, I heard somebody shouting rubbish at you on Saturday. Well, you can't say it doesn't upset you, but then you've just got, you know that there's going to be good times as well. There was a time at Dundee United where he really took a lot of stick from a lot of fans, and that was awful. That was really, really hard going. That was quite upsetting. But you know that there's going to be better times, and really you know that it's just fans that are up to high door. They're nervous about the game, especially if it's a big game, and if anybody like loses a ball or whatever, they're like, idiots and swearing and everything. But you just got to ignore it.
You and Christian seem to be such well-adjusted people. I mean, what's with Rosie?
Now, Jim's been cheeky to you here. I think, I'm not very sure. I think Christian was too rough with her when she was younger. Playing wrestling with her.
Yeah.
You know, I think having a little brother or sister will make a big difference.
10:15 and Christian is on his way to the training ground. And time to reflect on a recent call-up by Scotland manager Craig Brown to work with the full international squad.
That was good, I enjoyed that. It was just good that you get a little bit of recognition, because I played with the under-21s for a good few years, and it was good to sort of make a little step to get nearer the big team, you know, and I enjoyed it. I know most of the players anyway, so it wasn't like it was a huge thing going to meet all these players like that, because I know most of them anyway, and I've played with quite a few of them. So, but it was just good. It was good to go and see a lot of them again and to get a good training session under my belt. You know, it was good.
Is that all tactics then at international level?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't all tactics. We had a game. We played a game against Coventry. Just sort of a bounce game, and we just got little five-a-sides and stuff like that. It was really just a get-together, just to get everybody together again. You know, Scotland are quite into that, getting the place together just for meetings and stuff, just to keep the team spirit up. You know?
But what about the team spirit at Derby County?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's a good set of lads, all good friends off the park as well. And I think it's because most of the team tends to live in Derby or just in the surrounding area, you know. And it's like, it is good, and it makes a big difference to the team. And even so far as like the wives and stuff get on really well as well. You know, it's a team that works really hard for each other, and there's no big timers or that, which I was a bit worried about before I came down. I thought, oh, I wonder what it'd be like coming down to English Premiership and that, you know, and might be some big time players, and I might be I was a bit worried about that, but it's been great. The boys have been brilliant, and they're just all good lads.
A 2-hour workout at the Rainsway training ground includes a tactical session in the club room and also a word of advice from the gaffer out on the training pitch. After lunch, it's an appointment in the physio's room for a rub-down with team masseuse Helen Brentnell.
Right, well, training's over, Christian. This looks really like hard work.
Yeah, I think the club have got Helen in to do some masseurs on the boys' legs for after training. I think it's quite a good thing because it prevents injuries, and we've had quite a lot of strains and stuff this season in the team, and I think it's helping to get rid of them after training. You know, it's also keeping Helen in the job. If I keep coming in, you know.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're doing, Helen.
Basically, I'm just rubbing the leg quite deeply to sort of remove the lactic acid that's been a build-up in training, really. Just aids recovery, so he doesn't wake up in the morning feeling all stiff.
Now, do the players have to book in, or is there a long waiting list?
Well, they sort of just come in after training, and if there's a queue, then they get to the back of the queue and go and have dinner or a shower. So whoever's first in sort of gets on first, really.
Any particular players need more attention than others?
The soft ones. No.
Is Christian a softie?
Oh, yeah.
Well, relax now, it's back home to his guitar, and with Rosie still at nursery school, Christian is deprived of the opportunity of strumming his favourite Postman Pat tune to his daughter, so he opts for something a bit more contemporary. For a few minutes away from the pressure cooker of the Premier League, Christian Daly is just another 22-year-old would-be rock star.
There's no need for you to say you're sorry.
Into December, and as Rams wing-back Chris Powell recalls, Arsenal away was never going to be music to the ears of a team consolidating itself in the Premiership. But we nearly pulled off a big shock.
I would say maybe the game of the season so far, because we played ever so well there. They were riding high at the time, Arsenal, and we put on a great show. Unfortunately, right at the end, Vieira scored a superb goal, really, in their eyes, but unfortunately it was a bad goal for us. But a 2-2 draw at Highbury is a great result, really.
Yeah. What about Dean Sturridge's goal?
Well, yeah, Dean's goal, he actually got on goal of the month on Match of the Day. It was a superb goal. He took it very well. He was on fire that day. I think he showed a lot of people what he could do, and he caps it off with a wonderful strike.
Igor Stimac leads out his Derby team to take on an Arsenal side flying high in the Premiership under the guidance of that man, Arsene Wenger. And Arsenal will be fully aware that Derby are a real threat this season too. And Stimac starts the match off as he needs to go on. Beautiful ball inside the full-back. Chance of a cross for Powell, maybe. He's tackled. Here's Ian Wright. His goals really have sent Arsenal up to the top this season. And here is Ian Wright. It's a good run forward, but he'll be stopped by Paul McGrath. Wonderful tackle. They'll know all about the threat of the England international today. Powell for Derby. Away by Bold. Bergkamp not given time to control it. Oh, that's a good turn by Sturridge. Good effort too by Dean Sturridge. It just drifts high and wide in the end. Winterburn. And Larsson done enough to get a corner from that. Stimac, watched by John Hartson. And Paul McGrath, another of the big boys. Ashley Ward in there too. Now the cross comes in. Perhaps not the best, and Arsenal defend it with ease. Right up in the air. There's Merson. He's tackled though by Ward. Ward's going to give it a strike. Beautiful effort off the crossbar. Still a chance in there. But the referee's whistle has sounded. Brilliant strike by Ward. And it's curling awkwardly for Lukic. It thumped against the crossbar. The net's still shaking now. There's the throw, right again the target. Vieira holds it down. Is there handball in there against Hartson? He gets the shot away. It's stopped well by Holt. Wooden or down, Sturridge in there. A cheeky little chip over Lukic, but he's fairly tall, is David Seaman's replacement. Not beaten by that. Savic wins possession back for Derby. And little confrontation between him and Tony Adams. Sanovic, he's gone for goal. Tried again the outside of the foot slider. It wasn't too far away. Sweet left foot round the wall, and it curled back nicely, but Lukic knew that it was always just curling too much. Beautiful effort. Up there again, McGrath heads it down, but Wright gets the pass away for Winterburn. Winterburn's shot tipped over by Holt. Not sure whether it was totally intentional, but Russell Holt had to watch it all away. Good header away, but straight back to Paul Merson. Merson again, up towards the far post, and danger there. Tony Adams scores for Arsenal. A rare diving header. Timed his run to perfection, and he's beaten Holt beautifully. You have to say it's a good goal. Free kick for Derby against Patrick Vieira, the Frenchman who's making a big impression at Highbury. McGrath and Linnigan and a run around inside the penalty area. Over it comes, it's gone deep, kept in well, and Flynn will get it back. Chris Powell, another chance here. Powell again, curls it up to the far post. Sturridge is in there. Dean Sturridge trying to make something happen for Derby. And Lukic gets down to make the save. I imagine Jim Smith will be satisfied with the way his team are going about it. Winning an offside flag there, and they've certainly territorially had more of it than Arsenal. Flynn, it's a good crossfield ball. Sturridge on the chest. Cuts inside, he's dangerous from here. Sturridge! Tremendous goal! You won't see one better than that. Dean Sturridge hits a thunderbolt to put Derby right back in it. A goal of the highest quality. And Arsenal, one of the meanest defences around, undone by a spark of brilliance from Dean Sturridge. He hits it so well, it smacks the bar and ricochets into the back of the net. And he made it from nothing. Carved his way in from the touchline. He's too quick for Adams. And when he hits the shot, Lukic probably didn't even see it. Brilliant goal. Sanovic now for Derby, sliding it nicely down the line. Ashley Ward will get there, he's already struck the bar in this match. Plays it off again to Powell this time. Oh, it's a good run by Powell. Fine cut back as well. Chance in there. Daryl Powell's made it 2-1. And suddenly, Derby are leading Arsenal. Daryl Powell sporting his war wounds today. Knows he's been in a battle. But this is great anticipation as it drops down for him there. Very easy to put that over the crossbar, but he puts it bang in the back of the net. Great technique in front of goal. He's a real box-to-box man. He's got boundless energy, but that showed that he knows where the back of the net is too. Jim Smith's got it exactly right this afternoon. 2 terrific goals, and Derby are ahead. Sturridge again, he's so quick. And Bold doesn't quite know what to do with him. Oh, and almost slid it in for a third there. Anxious moments these for the Derby manager. Bergkamp chips it into the penalty area. Platt's in there. It won't count. David Platt thinks he scored, but the flag's up. Ian Wright pulling the ball back and Platt scoring it, but the flag up. Derby have to be firm now. Merson forward again. Vieira heads it into the box. Driven in by Bergkamp. Derby's defence standing firm. Words of encouragement from Russell Holt, the goalkeeper. This vital moment of the match. In comes the corner. Headed away well. And Merson's got to run back to his own half almost. Pulls it back over again. Adams keeps it in. There's Vieira! And Derby just couldn't hang on.
Afterwards, Dean Sturridge reflected on that stunning goal on his hero Ian Wright's home territory.
Yeah, obviously, I've said before that he's my idol and I look up to him, try and learn from the way he plays, and I'm happy to score at his home ground.
I saw you had a word with him at the final whistle. What was he saying to you?
He just said, like, frightening, you're a different class and just keep on going like that and you'll go a long way, like. So I'm glad that he said things like that to me. Hopefully they'll come true.
It was Everton at home next, and some people were already starting to talk about Europe. Unfortunately, everything didn't go to plan.
Being a live game, and after the good run we had, I think a lot of people were looking at us, saying how good we were. We wanted to put on a good show, and at times we played well. But it was a bit of a turning point midway through the season because they scored near the end. It sort of knocked the stuffing out of us a bit. It happened twice within a week, similar to the Arsenal game with them scoring and us only getting a point. Then at Everton with 4 minutes to go, we thought we got a point, and Barnby pops up and scores the winner. And that was quite hard to take. I think everyone felt quite hard done by.
Good work by Barnby until he then inexplicably presented it straight back to Chris Powell. Sturridge, good effort. Well, he scored from a similar distance against Arsenal at Highbury. No wonder he's got the confidence to try it again.
Well, this took everyone by surprise, including Neville Southall. Nobody really expected to shoot with his left foot. This had been on target. I think Neville would have been struggling. That's very, very close. He comes off his defender very well. He's done this on a couple of occasions. You feel Everton have got to get much tighter to him.
Barnby lets it run. Ferguson on to Branch. Chance here for Branch. Very good defending again from Paul McGrath.
Well, it all comes about from a good little flick here from Ferguson. Branch possibly offside, not given, but excellent defending from Paul McGrath.
Parkinson under pressure from Asanovic, the man he's been marking. Stewart for Everton. Earl Barrett. Oh yes, classy defending from Stimac. Here's Sturridge with a chance to take on Watson. Some run this, and a chance surely. Oh my word, Asanovic with an absolutely staggering miss.
Well, the ball fell so nicely for him, didn't it? Typical Sturridge run. Gets Watson twisting, turning. Comes inside, two players, just falls to Asanovic. Little side foot. That's the best chance of the match.
Could be the best chance of the season, couldn't it?
Well, player of his ability. You see what Jim Smith thinks about it. He would have scored from that distance. That was a good chance.
Oh, what a disappointment for Asanovic and Derby. Powell. Daryl, that is. Flynn. Stimac. Ward turning away from Watson and finding some room. Asanovic delivers it long. Oh, that's a great save by Southall. The fella's reactions just defy logic, really.
But what a lovely ball this is from Asanovic. Ward takes up a good position on the half volley. Good positioning and a good save from Southall.
This looks a promising move again by Derby. Asanovic. Only Sturridge in the penalty area at the moment. Ashley Ward has arrived now. A little back heeler to Larson. Ward! I thought that was going to be it. So did he. So did about 18,000 Derby fans.
What a fantastic cross this is from Larson. Deep to the corner flag. You don't get much better than this. It's a great chance.
Ferguson with a towering header once more, lifted clear by McGrath. Chris Powell gets it away to Daryl Powell. Everton have it back with Parkinson. Oh, it could still be in. Barnby.
And following on from the Everton game, we played at Southampton, and that was easily our worst performance of the season, easily. And in saying that, we had a good start with Christian Daly scoring, but you know, for after he scored, it was just the worst performance. There was no sort of play and there was no endeavour. It was really a poor day, and the boss wasn't too happy. The players weren't, and obviously the supporters weren't. And really, that was a bad day.
Sunderland on Boxing Day, a horrible place to have to travel to for the fans, and not much fun for you either.
No, yeah, obviously being on Boxing Day and being so far away, we had to travel on Christmas Day. And obviously the fans had an early start on Boxing Day after their festivities on Christmas Day. So, you know, it was a hard place to go, and obviously if you get a point at Roker Park, you'd be very happy. And for the first hour, we shut our stall out really. With Sunderland, we knew that they're a similar side to us, but they're a good side. And to be fair, they nicked a goal from a set piece, and then we were chasing the game after that, and they scored right at the end. So we lost 2-0, and that was following on from Southampton. So it wasn't a very good Christmas so far.
Next one was Blackburn at home.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had to show people that we hadn't really lost our work rate and our teamwork, and we had to show a lot of character, and we had to dig in a bit. I know it wasn't very pretty, but 0-0 was a start. We needed a starting point after the defeats beforehand. So following on from that, we went away to Wimbledon, which, you know, Wimbledon are playing very well this year. I would say they're the team of the year so far. And to go there and get a 1-1 draw, with Ronnie Williams scoring, 5 minutes from the end, it showed that we had character, and we wasn't playing as well as we were earlier on in the season. But getting a point at Wimbledon, with them flying so high, was very good.
Asanovic gets rid, and he's picked up Sturridge. Dean Sturridge, good footwork, he's into the area, Sturridge! It's a fine stop by Neil Sullivan. Seems to get better with every match between the sticks for Wimbledon. Robbie Earle, a big threat. As the second corner's in and headed towards goal, it's in there. Marcus Gale scrambling it home. Wimbledon had been menacing. And that's a dreadful error by McGrath, but he's redeemed himself with an astonishing tackle. It's a terrific recovery. Paul McGrath gave it away and then won it back in astounding fashion. Not the most inspiring performance from Derby just yet. He goes across there though, Sturridge. And a chance, it's there. Ron Willems has done it for Derby. That's the equaliser. And a goal that was almost a carbon copy of Gale's for Wimbledon. It's 1-1. A good ball swept in there. Willems with a fine finish on the volley.
That draw saw the Rams retain 13th place in the Premiership, but an away trip to cosmopolitan Chelsea was always going to be tough.
It was very tough, yeah. And there again, we had a superb start with Asa scoring his wonder 40-yard free kick. We knew he was going to hit it. I don't think anyone else in the ground did. But from then on, I think they showed what they could do, Chelsea. They got some wonderful players. With the foreign players, the Italians, they got their Zola and Di Matteo really turned it on that day. And we ended up walking away from Stamford Bridge with a 3-1 where it could have been easily 6 or 7. I remember Holty making a few good saves. But on the day, they were outstanding.
Gillingham away in the third round of the Cup was first postponed and then abandoned.
We had to go down there again, a long journey for us and the supporters. But we've done a good professional job there, winning 2-0. It marked the return of Robbie van der Laan. He scored after coming on at half-time. And then that followed on with the Aston Villa game at home, where Robbie again was instrumental in scoring. And that was a day we really got our good play back and good determination and teamwork. We played very well on the day. We made Villa look quite ordinary. With them being a good side and one of the form teams at that time, it was a good performance by us, and we wanted to build from that.
Makes a break for Villa. Dwight York's a real danger. Shot charged down. Milosevic is there. Oh, it was swirling around, and Holt was very brave to pick it up second time. Got a real feel to it this match. Sturridge has got such pace. He's round 2. Dean Sturridge with a chance. He's dragged it just wide. Simpson into the penalty box, and that's finished off in expert fashion by Robin van der Laan. Tremendous finishing. Simpson's ball run onto beautifully with the chest, and then the explosive finish. Vital goal for Derby, and they're pressing for another here. Sturridge on the wrong side, he's still going. Here's Asanovic, wonderful skills. Sturridge, he must score! Number 2, and Derby are rampant. Asanovic, that was just sublime skill. Over the top, again with Sturridge, the quickest. And again with a perfect finish, nothing that Bosnich could do to stop that. Sturridge, quick feet, quick thinking, he's into the area. It's a fine save in the end by Bosnich. flicked on nicely. There's half a chance in there. Number 3, Ron Willems, to wrap it up nicely, picked out in the middle, and the easiest of tasks. Churchic, and that's one back for Aston Villa. Sasha Churchic. Sturridge again into the penalty area and beaten away by Mark Bosnich, but again a constant threat, Dean Sturridge.
It's now the end of January, and never mind Daryl Powell and Dean Sturridge, Paul Trollope had his own fashion statement to make as he boarded the Rams team coach for an away day to Leeds United. Simo is so impressed he's giving the rolled-up trouser leg look a try too. Now Ace is safely on board. The gaffers arrived.
Here it is.
And the lads are off. Oh, and Lee Carsley has volunteered to do the Jeremy Paxman bit with our intrepid cameraman. Armed with his fluffy microphone, Carzo delves deep as he tours the coach looking for a big story.
Robin van der Laan, what's it like to be back?
It's great to be back, man. It's great.
You've been on a recent goal scoring form. Do you enjoy scoring goals?
No, not really, no. Do you?
Yeah, I do, yeah, I enjoy scoring goals.
That's very nice.
Carzo's first scoop is in the bag, and talking of big stories, Jakob has settled down with a Margaret Thatcher biography. A cure for insomnia, perhaps. Back to Carzo, and now he's really in his stride.
Nick Wright, first time you've been with the first team on the bus. What do you feel?
I feel great, thank you.
How's your new girlfriend?
Lovely, thanks.
Hello.
Which one? Which one?
Ronnie, just got a new dog. How's your dog?
The dog's alright. What's the name?
Billy. Billy?
Billy.
Kumish. Paul Trollope, back in the team. How's it feel?
Great.
What about your goal Saturday? I mean your cross. It was a good cross Saturday.
Yes.
That's it, mate.
Anyone who has watched the lads train at Rainsway will know that first team coach Steve McLaren leads from the front by example. But what's the secret behind his drive and fitness? His diet, of course. The boys' choice is down to, well, pasta, vegetable bakes, pasta and more pasta. Carzo's relinquished the microphone and the lads are settling down. Ace checks out some useful English phrases. This one is "come off it, ref, it was a blatant penalty." Meanwhile, on the back seat, Paul McGrath is puzzling over 6 across. Republic of Ireland footballing legend, 7 letters, M small c. No, I'll come back to that one. The gaffer is checking out who the national press reckon he's supposed to be signing this week. Well, Marco goes up market.
See how my shares are doing?
Jakob, meanwhile, is still on page 2 of the Margaret Thatcher biography. Encouraged by Carzo's effort with the microphone, Ronnie Willems volunteers for a spot of double Dutch interviewing with Robbie van der Laan. The first question apparently is in Dutch.
Oké, Robbie, wat denk je van de wedstrijd vandaag?
I think it's going to be quite tough down there, but you know, they're not the best passing side, so if we get our act together we should be fine.
How do you think you play?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to speak to the manager about that. You know, I think he's been rolling the dices again, so I hope my name come up again. But if not, then you know, I'll be very disappointed.
All right, Robbie. Thank you very much for this interview. This was short, but
very good.
Very good.
Thank you very much, Ronnie.
But what's this? A card school? Surely not. More likely it's Russell Holt, Martin Taylor and Kevin Cooper indulging in an innocent game of Snap. Or Happy Families, maybe.
Happy Families winning again.
It's time to leave the lads on their coach trip to Leeds. But let's just go back to Jakob Laursen for the last word. Well, perhaps not.
George Graham's Leeds United, it's a little bit like the old days with Leeds. Always going to be a tough game to play at Elland Road.
Yeah, very much so. A very powerful side, very strong side, committed, typical George Graham really. And we felt quite confident. We felt we could win. We had a few problems with injuries. To come away with a point wasn't so bad. We could have nicked all three really, with Daryl hitting the bar towards the end. But it was another step forward, I suppose, that we didn't lose after having quite a bad month. And then that followed on with, well, it's a big occasion really, Liverpool at home. Where we followed on from the Leeds game, and really we could have been 1 or 2-0 up at half time. We didn't really let them settle or play, but then the big turning point was the Daryl Powell sending off. Personally, I felt it warranted a yellow card, but at the end of the day, it's not up to me. Really, Liverpool, they made their advantage count really, and Collymore, okay, he scored a very good goal, but if you look at it really on reflection, that was their only chance, where we had maybe 3 or 4 more.
It's here. McManaman looks for a 1-2. Lovely dummy by Redknapp. Collymore's in there. Good turn by Stan Collymore. He's gone for goal and scored.
And then it was into West Ham at home. They were showing off for the first time a new £7 million plus strike force, but they didn't really show us any problems, did they?
No, it was a very big game for both teams. Obviously, everyone, the media, were looking at West Ham because of Hartson and Mr Kitson returning to Derby. But we weren't concentrating on that. We wanted to get our own game right, and I'm sure we showed straight from kick-off what we wanted to do, with Dean having an early chance. And really, on reflection, we were the strongest side. We had better chances. Okay, it was a pen that settled it on the day, but anyone who was there would have realised that we had the majority of the play.
Sturridge gets a flick on. Daly back over the top. Sturridge is in there. Dean Sturridge. It's a good stop by McCloskey. He got a left hand on that. Powell drives one forward. There's Sturridge again. And he's got a free kick. Sanovic slips it through. Sturridge, chance. Good stop. Very good stop by McCloskey. Made himself look big. Van der Laan saying that Dean Sturridge could have slipped it through, but from there, as a striker, he's always going to go for goal, and rightly so. That was just an excellent save. It's a good long throw. Rowett couldn't get the shot away. Headed back down there, and West Ham hammer it clear. And that looked to be a high elbow. John Hartson, the new big money man for the Hammers. Yellow card, and I think rightly so. Asanovic shaken off too. Oh, and that's a very strong challenge by Julian Dix. He won the ball cleanly enough. It was just the way he raised his elbow at Asanovic, but he could be punished for it here. It's a good free kick. But McCloskey again gets down to make another vital save. Over the wall, and it's testing the goalkeeper. And a good stop. Carsley. Here's to turn inside his man, still battling for it. Here's Carsley. To the far post, Asanovic. On his right foot, he's got the shot in. Bobbling awkwardly. Ruben McCloskey made the stop. Dix again asking for trouble. Asanovic a real threat yet again. Good footwork, his right foot, his weaker side. Still was there to be saved by McCloskey. Dix robbed of it by Daly. Good ball in by Daly, and Sturridge has hit the post. Great play by Daly, first for winning possession and then for picking out Sturridge perfectly, but that's off the upright. Good football by Derby. In comes the cross. Oh, it's a good header. Carsley couldn't get Trollope in on the move. That was the idea. Head it back across the face of goal. Just late arriving. Van der Laan, lovely crossfield ball. Chris Powell cuts it back. And that's nicely up in the air again. Headed back under the crossbar. And the Hammers living on a prayer at the minute. Sturridge, I think, penalised there for a push in the back. Chris Powell again. Asanovic to get the cross in, headed away. Asanovic again. Still going. And the penalty's given. Referee has no hesitation that time. Rode one or two challenges there, and there can't be too many arguments about that. Asanovic with the chance to score for Derby. Asanovic against McCloskey. No problems.
An Asanovic penalty started the programme, and appropriately it ends it too. This victory left the Rams in 13th place in the Premier League, with everything still to play for.